How are we doing? How are we doing? Let me tell you something. I'm not going to turn my my camera around because my family would kill me. But the lighting, this lighting that I just did in my apartment, it's beyond ghetto, but baby, it works. Because I forgot that if I make my video later, it will be darker for some reason because LA is just so freaking hot and sunny. Hold on one second. I didn't think that I would have to adjust the lighting. I know, I'm an acting professional. How did I not know this? But like I got on here because I'm able to see myself now. I figured out how to do that before I get on here. And I was like, why is this so dark? So I have like, I just got so many lights hanging down. If I'm telling you, if I blink too hard, this thing will come crashing down. So keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers, girl. The things I do for you, Star family. The things I do. How are you guys? How are you guys? I think I saw something. Oh, I was actually about to talk about it, but here it is. Simply Simone said the new sneak peek of part 2 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion got me mad as hell again. This show needs a pause. Ciao. It might be in the works. It might be in the works. Listen, I look. Casket ready. Ciao. I got to fix my lighting. These are Kia lights. A mess. I was trying to find something that represented her at Bravocon, and that was it. That was it. How are you doing? Hey, Drewski. Drewski said, hey, fam, no snacks tonight, but I'm here resting after work, so that's good enough for me. I know that's right. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Alicia. Ethan said, where are the students? Where are the students who come early for Miss Star's class? Hey, y'all know I was struggling with that. Where are struggling? Wendy said, we are in here like swimwear. I know that's right. Got something to listen to while I make meatloaf, smothered cabbage, and mashed potatoes. I know that's right. It does sound delicious, Greta. It does. Hey, Missy. Hey, Star fam, hope you all are well. I'm ready for the mess and tea. I'm trying, Ethan. I don't have none of my equipment here. Like, you guys know, if you watch I'm plugging my channel, my second channel, Nikki.Star at Home, you know that I ridiculously moved everything to Atlanta. And I didn't realize I did that until all of my stuff got there. And my mom was like, why did you move everything to Atlanta? We still live in LA too. And I was like, I don't know. So I'm literally starting from scratch. I have no lighting. I have a bunch of IKEA lamps hanging on my furniture, hanging from off the wall. I don't even know if this is smart. I don't even know if I'm about to start a fire in my living room. So I have to buy all new stuff. I have to buy new clothes. I have to buy new equipment. It's ridiculous. I don't know why I did that. That was so dumb. So dumb. Hey, Lisa. Greetings, Star fam. I hope you all are having a good night. Oh, yeah, it is really late for some people. I'm sorry. Ethan said we need to start a petition to have Nikki create an ASMR channel. Oh, God. It would be ridiculously ghetto. Hey, Cheryl. Hey. How are you doing? Yes, and Latasha said, I came back just in time for making my plate. Hey, Sunflower. Sunflower said, hi, Nikki. You got female truckers in the Star family, too. I know that's what's up. Yes, Sunflower. Hey, Joy. Replay gang, I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you. Ethan said, Nikki, what did you think of that awful new Halloween movie? I thought it was better than the last one. And I actually feel like I enjoyed it more because this was it. I was just like, he can't come back every year. Like it was one thing when it was like remakes after like 20 or so years, but then they started doing a remake every year, and it was too much. So I thought it was a good wrap up. I did feel like they tried to put too much, like all of Halloween in one movie. And I don't think it worked, but I think it was a lot better than the last Halloween movie. No. I'm looking at one light right now. I don't know how I got it to stay in this position, but girl. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're going to get into that. We are going to get into that. Yasmin said they are on Twitter saying that Denise is coming back next season. I only want to see her if she's going to actually stand her ground. Yeah, Denise soured me the last time that she was on, just because I felt like she could have, I don't know. I didn't feel like she held her own, and I just wasn't here for it. Hold on, because I had something. I felt like one of you guys sent it to me, and I don't know where I put it. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Hey, Ash V. Hey, Drea. Yeah, shout out to the female truckers. Oh, gosh. Hey, Johnny. Johnny said, hey, Nikki, thank you for all the hard work. You are truly appreciated. I truly appreciate it, Queen. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, guys, this is what we are going to do. This is how it's going to go. First, we're going to talk about Bravocon. Then we're going to get into Chris and Monique. And then we're going to close out with the new Rhony cast. So let's first start off with ERIKA. I can look at my phone. Why am I looking at my computer? With ERIKA alleging that PK and Dorit will be the next couple to split. Let's bring it up right here. This is from Us Magazine. It says, does ERIKA know something we don't? Dorit Kemsley is firing back after her Real Housewives. Joy, what you send me? Okay. Thank you, Joy. I'll show that at the end. Thank you. Thank you. Does ERIKA Jade know something that we don't know? Dorit Kemsley is firing back after her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills co-star named her and PK Kemsley as the next Bravo couple to split. According to a video shared by So Bad It's Good podcast host Ryan Daly via Instagram, Erika51 was asked, what Bravo celebrity relationship do you think is headed to Splitsville next? And this was Erika's response. I don't know why she's dressed like a toddler, but here we go. It was really low, but she said Dorit and PK. PK and Dorit did not like that. And PK decided to respond on Instagram. He said Erika Jayne thought her husband was innocent. She thought the ankle is more important than the brain. She thought that she should keep the earrings. Now she thinks Dorit and I are next to split up. Here's a quick bit of management advice. Stop thinking. And wait a minute, I don't know if you can see it here. Hold on. You see Kyle? Kyle gave them a nice little big heart. So listen. This is what I will say about Bravocon, which I think is a genius idea from the network. And like I said before, I think a lot of networks are going to follow Bravocon and do their own thing. I believe one of you mentioned in my last live, do you think that TLC would do something like that? I think it's absolutely smart for TLC to do their own, TLC con. If anything, I think it will be even more lucrative than some of the shows that they put out. I will say what I think is happening at Bravocon, aside from what happened with Jennifer Aydin and the Gorgas, I think that everyone there is putting on a show, which I think is the same thing that they do on TV. That's why I'm always like, to the fan base, I'm not saying don't believe what's going on here, but I'm saying just watch this like you watch a sitcom, right? Watch this like you watch a movie, right? You know good and well that the people on sitcoms who are playing a married couple is not married. These people are playing exaggerated characters of their, of themselves, reenacting things that actually happened. So you might be watching something on the season thinking that it was current, but it really, really didn't happen. Like I said before, reality TV is allowed to get away with being called reality TV because real things happen while the cameras are filming, but a lot of it is heavily scripted. I think that Erika knew exactly what she was doing. I think that her, Dorit, and PK are in on it. I don't think that these women are at odds. I think that this is all just fun PR for everyone involved because here we are talking about it. It's smart, right? Nobody was talking about Erika Jayne. Everybody was talking about Kathy Hilton. I'm sorry, there's like a piece of feather or something on my nose. Everybody was talking about Kathy Hilton, Lisa Rinna, Garcelle. Then, everybody jumped ship and started talking about everything that was happening at Potomac. I just feel like this was a good way to get people talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills again and talking about some people that became minor characters this season. So I think it was smart. I don't think it was what it appeared to be. That's what I will say. I do not think that clique is ever going to go against each other. It's too profitable for them at this point. If they do go after each other, I believe it will absolutely be calculated and it will absolutely be for the show. So I don't believe that there is any issue here with Erika and Dorit. I think the issue is that we all think that there's an issue, or we've been led to believe that there is an issue, but I think they're all in on it. And it's smart. It's smart. They're about to start filming again. So let's get it started. Let's prepare the storyline now. Dorit and Erika, if they don't have a main storyline of a beef, there will be some issue with what Erika said at Bravocon, and PK will have a starring role. Bravo. Bravo. What do you guys think? Missy said, didn't Erika hint at the reunion that she met a flirty PK before he married Dorit? Yes. Again, I believe that she's adding that to her storyline. I don't think, thank you, Megan. This screams storyline to me. I don't think that these two are beefing. I do not think that these two are beefing. I think this is extremely calculated and smart. She got 2 kids. Dee said, I can't stand Erika. She swears she's tough, and it's laughable because let her run into a real one. Yeah. Yeah, he's very good at reading. If anything, I think he's a more stellar housewife than his wife. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar TV to 15K subscribers. We're almost there. Drea said, I think it's all acting. I absolutely believe that. Absolutely believe that. Miss T said, Bravocon is used to pump the mess and show. I agree. Carmen said, side note, your lip gloss is popping. LOL, nice color. You guys know this is like my autumn lips. This is like a mixture of like 2 lipsticks, 1 lip liner, and 3 lip glosses. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. It's storyline. Absolutely storyline. Lisa Parker said, I laughed my butt off if ERIKA thought that she was bringing some tea and actually just provided a storyline that ultimately won't involve her. I believe it. I absolutely agree with you guys. Let's move on to Chanel AYAN comes for PHAEDRA. And I got this tea from the Neighborhood Talk. Let's go.
I would pick PHAEDRA. Oh!
Well, I own most of my clothes.
Designers right now to wear and advertise this. So I'm here working and making money, bitch.
Well, you should have told them to leave that concierge dress for a tea.
Say that Andy was getting his life at Bravocon. These ladies made their day. So if you did not understand what was happening up at the top, Andy did this thing about just saying who is, one of the worst stressed housewives, and Chanel came for PHAEDRA. I love Chanel's confidence, right? I think she needs to just stay in her lane. I think she's good at reading on the Real Housewives of Dubai. I think the Real Housewives of Atlanta are in their own lane. The only housewife group that I think can ever come for them or ever be in the same room as them, in my opinion, is the Real Housewives of Potomac concerning shading, reading, the whole bang. The overall housewife image overall is owned by the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't think it was smart to come for Chanel. I don't think it was smart for AYAN to come for PHAEDRA. A lot of people were saying she was coming for PHAEDRA because PHAEDRA is really good friends with Brooks, and Brooks and AYAN are currently feuding. I don't know. Maybe it was. I just don't think that it was smart for her to come after PHAEDRA. Like, what she did to Kandi, nobody is really rocking with her concerning that. But overall, PHAEDRA is still very loved. PHAEDRA still has a great fan base, and PHAEDRA is still extremely loved by Andy, her and her kids. He even said at Bravocon that she's not done with Bravo. The creator of the freaking franchise, the creator of the network, said they're not done working with her. I told you guys that when she popped up on Dubai, when she popped up on Watch What Happens Live, I was just like, he is bringing her back. He's bringing her back. He is acclimating her back into the Bravo sphere, and he is leading it because that is somebody that he really likes. He likes working with PHAEDRA. He thinks that she is a star, and he's going to bring her back, whether the fan base likes it or not. I don't know if she'll end up on Atlanta. I do know that she was in the same room and on one of the same panels with Kandi. I think it was the Legends Ball. I'm not sure, but I do believe that it was that. And they were in the same room, side by side. I think Kenya was in the middle of them. But Andy is going to make sure that PHAEDRA comes back whether, you know, the fan base, whoever is not rooting for her, likes it or not. And honestly, why not? Let this lady make some money, right? She doesn't have to make it on the same show as Kandi, right? If Kandi doesn't feel comfortable filming with her, I absolutely understand that. But Phaedra is going to come back in some form. Andy confirmed it. So Ayan, pick another fish. Pick another fish to go after, because Andy didn't even allow you to get another lick in, to get your lick back from Phaedra. He wrapped you right on up because she's a fave. I don't know, you know, if he has another favorite, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that Phaedra is the top for Andy in his faves. Carmen said, but Phaedra is the worst dressed. I agree. I don't like the blonde bob. I just don't. The Marilyn Monroe, I don't know what she's going for. I think she's great with dark brown or black or jet black hair. I don't know what's happening there, but I hope she returns to her roots. She got 2 kids. D said Phaedra is loved, but a lot of fans, just not in these comments, by a lot of fans, but just not in these comments, because everywhere else they want her back. Yeah. And it doesn't even matter if, you know, we want her back, right? And he wants her back. And he let y'all know we're not done with her. He's going to put her on every show that he can. He's going to make her pop up in every city that he can. He'll probably, you know, rent her a condo somewhere so she can be a part of that next franchise that he's going to start off. I wouldn't be surprised if he has her lead his next franchise, his next housewife show. I wouldn't be surprised if he has her do that. He really likes her. Onyx said, why didn't they put Phaedra versus Kandi on the Squash the Beef segment? Because I believe that Kandi said no. I think Phaedra would absolutely have done it because it's a good rebrand for her. But I believe that Kandi said absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, because Giselle is fun, but she can't read. She cannot read at all. And since we're here, Joy sent me something. I have not looked at this, but she said they edited this out of Watch What Happens Live. Giselle is definitely a production favorite. So let's see what this is. This is from the Petty King. Girl, I don't know what this was. Now, this is not on you, but the audio that people were getting from Bravocon isn't good. Joy, explain to me what that was, or if y'all understood. I couldn't make that out. Sometimes debuts don't work. JG said Chanel went hard on Phaedra when it was rumored she'd be on Dubai's next season. Oh, just unnecessary. I don't think Phaedra will move her kids to Dubai, especially not if their husband, their ex, has anything to do with it. Simply Simone says, it's the way that Kandi and Phaedra were separated by 4 people in between while backstage waiting to do the Legends Ball. Yeah, you could tell that it was tight back there. The Nicholas Express said, in a Married to Medicine sneak peek, Quad said that she would like Phaedra to join the Married to Medicine cast. It may happen. It may happen. Jade said, Quad also said she would want her Married to Medicine in the reunion preview. People cool with Faye. I wouldn't be surprised. So Stuff said, Andy is saying, Kandi, I love you, but you don't run the entire Bravo. Boop. I believe that. I do. I think he does love her. I think that she is good for the show. And I don't think that he wants to mess up a relationship with her, because Kandi has a fan base, in my opinion, that spans outside of this show. This show is in addition to the fan base she has already had for 20 years plus before she even came to the show. So I see that, but I just don't see her stopping what he wants to do with his network and his shows. Yasmin said, Phaedra isn't the ratings draw that they think she is, but Andy will keep forcing her on the fans until we accept her back. I believe so. Drewski said, let this lady make some money. No, let her go be a lawyer like she trained for. Oh, Drewski said, we're not giving her a second chance. We're not giving her a second chance. He also said, in all seriousness, I wish Phaedra fans could advocate for her return without turning it into a Kandi should be over it by now, or it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, be serious. I absolutely agree with you there, because listen, I am absolutely somebody who watched the show and did not catch what Kandi caught. I will be honest. I was like, oh, I didn't hear that. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't get that. I don't know. I guess it's because I just never thought of Kandi that way. So I never thought of drugging and raping. And when Kandi said it, I was like, oh, let me go back and watch it, because I just breezed past it. But how it hit her was how it hit her. And that is how she felt. And a lot of people agreed with her. So, you know, we can't tell her how to feel about something that was about her. And I get that. I absolutely get that. But I do agree with you, Drewski, that people should advocate for her to come back without in any way shading how Kandi felt about that situation. Let me get some more comments and then we'll move on to our next subject. Bianca said, I could definitely see that. I heard she's dating a doctor. She did allude to that at Bravocon as well. Hey, Busola, how are you doing? Let's move on to the next Bravocon subject. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, this one I absolutely loved. I absolutely love. I have it here. So, Tamra Judge has come back to save the Real Housewives of OC. The reason why I said that is because Tamra herself said it. Let's get into it.
I want to know what your honest reaction was when you heard that Tamra was coming back to Orange County.
I'm going to be honest. It's like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me in a good way or a bad way?
It's not so good.
What was your reaction?
Somebody had to save the show.
Period. She's right. When she's right, she's right. Somebody had to save the show. And I think they're paying her top dollar to do that, because the Real Housewives of Orange County, in my opinion, should have been put on pause years ago. I still to this day don't know why they put their hands on the Real Housewives of New York when the Real Housewives of Orange County was right there. I think the Real Housewives of Orange County has this favor with the Bravo execs because it was the first show to launch Housewives in a reality TV, atmosphere. Right. However, the Real Housewives is a knockoff of Desperate Housewives. So if we're going to do anything, give them their flowers and not this. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand why they are so completely loyal to the Real Housewives of Orange County. If anybody wants to talk about a housewife cast getting special treatment, it's those OC broads. And I think it's just because they're the first. They are in no way the best. They are just the first, because they should have been put on pause, in my opinion. Not New York, not at all. But Tamra's right. In my opinion, I think she's absolutely right. I do think that she will save this show. I do think that her and Heather are great at ghost producing. However, Heather falls into this. The best way that I can explain it is that Heather falls into this nose up kind of ghost producing, right? Where you ghost produce, but you ghost produce in a way that highlights you in the worst way, right? So she's ghost producing something. She doesn't know how to step out of it because she wants to jump into it so that she could be the center focus. And the center focus for her is looking down on the other women. And it just looks ugly for her. And then you stop looking at the drama that was built out of her ghost producing, and you start looking at her, but not in the way that she wants you to. I think Tamra has a great way of ghost producing, removing herself from it, and then coming back in like she's trying to fix the situation. She's really, really good at that. And I think Heather can learn a thing or two from her. And I absolutely believe that she has come in to save the show. And I think that when she was in her meetings, they approached her with that. At this point, I would say bring back the crazy anti-vaxxer as well, also known as Vicki Gunvalson, who had beef with every freaking body at Bravocon. Everybody had beef with Vicki during the Squash the Beef segment. Like, there was always like two housewives, right? And they just squashed their beef. Vicki gets up there and there's a line. There's a line of housewives who got beef with her, and their beef is the same beef. It's the beef that Vicky acts like she don't know them people. Vicky said, I started this. Bow down to the queen. I don't know you heifers. I birthed you. Y'all my sons. I say bring Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs back as well. I mean, she managed to have beef with like 7 housewife cast members that were not on her freaking show. She's messy. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She's controversial. Give her a spot back. Just make sure she doesn't spew those idiotic views. And I think you got a show. Also, add Megan King Edmonds back to the cast in Jesus Jugs. And you got a show, in my opinion. What do you guys think? JG said the fact that Heather thought that she was the one to save the show, then they had to grab Tamra. Similar to when Tammy said, I came to LA to save your job. Yep, where they were begging Evelyn to come back and save it. I think what happens with a lot of these reality TV stars is that they don't realize that, especially when it's an ensemble cast, they don't realize that they're great in an ensemble, right? So when you do leave the show, things may shift and change. But when you come back, you have to come back with the same formula that worked before. So yes, Tamra can come back and she may do some great things. But Tamra also needs Vicky, right? Tamra, Vicky needs Megan King Edmonds to fight with. So we have to get that formula back. And I just don't know if, Bravo is ready to do that, because here's the thing. They have to pay them a lot of money for these women to come back. And I think another reason why we got a lot of these shows cut and a lot of these cast members removed is because these women have been on the show for OC have been on the show, have been on their respective show for like 15 years. Like Vicky was an OG. That was a lot of money that they had to pay her every season. And when NeNe was acting a plumb fool on Atlanta, I'm just like, you are the highest paid out of all the housewives. Why are you giving them a reason to cut their budget? Why are you giving them a reason to cut their budget? So you're being difficult and you're asking for a lot. It's sad to say, but in show business, everybody is replaceable. And it's very true. Here is why. Because there is always, at the least, 1,000 people waiting to take your spot, and 1,000 people within the same freaking industry who are watching you and making sure that if you mess up, that their foot can go easily in the door. So I think with these housewives, they have this overinflated sense of reality, and they think that they are the star. There is no star in an ensemble cast. The ensemble is the star. And a lot of them forget that. Drewski said, I will say this about Tamra. I've never forgotten that naked wasted thing. Oh, yeah. With Gretchen and her trying to push her son up on her while Gretchen was drunk over the line. I agree. I absolutely agree. I hated that. Hated that. So entertaining. Extremely entertaining. I'm like, she had beef with her. Everybody kept on getting up. She could not leave that seat because everybody was like, oh, wait a minute, Andy. I got a beef with her too. You acted like you didn't know me. And Vicky did not back down. She was just like, I don't know you. I've never met you before. I've never seen your show. Vicky acts like she has never watched any housewife show but her own. Girl, she's good TV. Unfortunately, she's wackadoodle. Her views are garbage, but she's good TV. That's why. Jazzy Go said, Vicky and Tamra are the perfect duo. Absolutely. Baby, when Tamra pushed Jimmy to the pool. Now, she's somebody who, even when she left, there wasn't a big difference, right? There wasn't any difference, to be quite honest with you, because she was just such a monotone character. And the only reason why she was on OC is because outside of Vicky, she was one of the richest housewives and one of the most known OC housewives at that time. But she just did not transfer well on TV. Tracy said, people from every franchise had a problem with Vicky. I was screaming, not my girl from Paterson, New Jersey, too. Yup. So Steph said, well, Monique revealed her salary. I was like, girl, you might as well quit. This ain't worth it. Yep. Miss T said, move girls trip to Bravo and let the OG housewives reinvent themselves and then integrate them back to their franchise. That's what I think. I think one of Bravo's biggest mistakes was putting Housewives Girls Trip on Peacock. I think they need to send it there after it debuts on Bravo, but I don't know what's going on over there. Probably contracts. Bianca said, sad Nene wasn't there. She's a legend despite her controversies. She would have owned Bravocon. That line that Kenya had, let me tell you something. Nene's line would have wrapped around the block several times. Pride gets in the way of so many people's money. Won't be me. Won't be me. The Nicholas Express said, did you see Candace, Kenya, and Melissa perform at the Legends Ball? Candace is moving on up. Yes, I did. I don't know if I have a clip of that, just because, I don't have a clip of that because I don't feel like them trying to, take my video down. I'm already pushing it with some of the stuff that I'm putting up here. But I did, and I really liked it. I thought that it was fun for the fans. It seemed like the fans were having a really good time. It seemed like Kenya and Candace were having a really good time. Melissa was on display. It was fun. Say what you want about Andy. I know he has a lot of things that he needs to work on. We all do, right? But I will say he has allowed middle-aged women who have aged out of the entertainment industry, or middle-aged housewives who have put their lives on hold or their dreams on hold to be wives to wealthy men. He has allowed them to reinvent themselves and become financially independent and to really build a life for themselves outside of their husbands or outside of the fact that this industry threw them away when they got to a certain age. And I will always give him props for that, because the majority of the people, especially women who are working, right, at Bravo on camera are, 45 plus. How many networks can say that? I give him props for that. I give him props for that. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, shout out to the NikkiStar replay gang. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the channel to your social media. Thank you so much, Tracy. Thank you. I'm telling you, all of that was fake, though. All of that was fake. It was some good improv acting. I think they all did a really good job. I didn't believe any of it. I think that all of the ladies there, especially at Squash the Beef, knew what was going to happen, knew who they were going to come up against. I think the only one who was unaware was Vicky. I think Vicky didn't know that she would have a line, right? But I think Vicky absolutely knew that she would have a Squash the Beef with Ashley, because they had been fighting back and forth by way of entertainment reporters on the red carpet or blue carpet. And I think that it was just a really great performance for the fans. And I also think that they did that to create fan fodder and to create, press for, future ventures, right? Because for that time of Bravocon owned the press. And it's smart. I don't think that any of the beefs are real except for the Jennifer Aydin and Joe Gorga beef. I think that's the only real beef that was really there at Bravocon. Since we're talking about it, let's get into this ugly, ugly, ugly mess. I don't have many videos about it, because one video I found, the girl had the video to the floor the whole time. And I'm like, why did you even show this? What a waste. But here we go. Child, the ghetto, Patterson, New Jersey. So what happened here Jennifer, this is all from her assistant. Her assistant posted and deleted a video on TikTok. Oh, you know what? Do I have that? Let me see if I can find that for you guys. If I can find it, I just realized you can find videos even if they have been deleted on TikTok. Hold on. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Because I'm sorry, I just realized that at the end. I think here it is. Somebody actually reposted her or stitched her video.
She did a really good job of it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this because I'm really trying to talk about it for all you Bravocon fans.
Child, there are a lot of people. All right, hold on. Here we go.
Jen decided to go to a Bravocon after party. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this because I'm really tired of you guys trying to make Jennifer Aydin look crazy. So after Bravocon on Saturday night, me and Jen decided to go to a Bravocon after party. Bill was exhausted. He didn't want to go, so he stayed in the hotel sleeping. We stayed no more than 20 minutes, got a cup of water with ice, which is what Jen always drinks, and we head back to the hotel. Jen took some pictures with some fans at the front, and then it's when we walked into the hotel lobby that everything went down. So we walk in. Jennifer Aydin obviously noticed that Melissa Gorga and Joe Gorga and their team were in the lobby. She looked away. We went straight for the elevator. There was no interaction on Jen's part. However, as we were going to push the elevator button, we hear Melissa in the back saying, "Loser, fucking loser, wannabe." I'm not going to know word for word, but she just started yelling at Jen. That was fine. Jen told her to shut the fuck up, kept it moving, but then Joe Gorga got involved. And lucky for you guys, I have it on camera. So you know exactly what this man said to her. I also want you guys to notice the amount of men that were in that lobby laughing and chuckling and loving all of this going down while Jennifer Aydin is without her husband, alone in the most vulnerable position, just trying to get to her hotel room. You also see Melissa waving goodbye. She's obviously loving this whole interaction as she initiated it. But things take a serious left when Melissa's assistant, Tom, decides to get involved and get super close to Jen. So here, what I really just want to point out is I want you guys to pay attention that Jen is near the first mirror on this wall that was in front of the elevators. The reason this is so important is because I need you to see how close, and you'll see later in a video, how close Tom tried to get to Jen, which is in turn what made her feel threatened enough to want to throw a drink. So now you have the full story. Obviously, you guys will make your own assumptions. I just genuinely am so tired of Jennifer being painted as the villain. Like, this was off camera. No one was there except her and me. She was in a vulnerable position. She did not have her husband. And by the way, she was not drunk. That's literally so overused. That was a cup of water, and Tom would know. He tasted it.
Not Tom would know. He tasted it. Oh my God. I'm sorry that there was like so much shaking. I got to start working out again. And also, my hands are not ashy. The light is just weird. Just to let y'all know. Okay. Don't come for the chocolate girls. Anyway, keep in mind, this is Jennifer's social media manager. I still believe that version. Here is why. Everybody and their mama has some kind of issue with Joe and Melissa, because at this point, they're professional reality TV stars like their sister. We all know that they went behind Teresa's back and actually auditioned to be on Bravo. And listen, if they wanted to be on the show, there's nothing wrong with them being on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. But they came on the show as adversaries, right? They came on the show as adversaries, and y'all know I love some Tree, right? I don't have a fave. I told you she used to be my fave, but there was just some stuff that I just could not get past. But I have to say that the way they got on the show, when we met Joe Gorga, he was at his son's christening, calling his sister a dirtbag, acting like he was going to assault her. They had to pull him away from his sister. He was looking like he was actually going to do something, which was why Joe, Teresa's husband at the time, and him got into it, because he's just like, what the hell are you doing to my wife, right? So that is where all of, that's how we were introduced to them. Then they auditioned for the show. Teresa said that was her issue with them, because she did not know, and she did not want them on the show because they were not in a good place. So they came on the show not in a good place for her, and they've been beefing with the woman ever since, been bringing up her name at Bravocon, shading her the whole time. All she says is she wishes them the best. She don't feel like it. She's done with it. She don't want to fight with them. But Joe and Melissa know that Teresa is the star of the show. And if they can't fight with her, what do they have, right? So Teresa is not engaging. So who do you go after? You go after one of her biggest allies on the show. And I don't know why, Jennifer. I don't know why. Teresa don't never have your back. Anyway, so Jennifer, even at Bravocon, had Teresa's back like crazy. Teresa still ain't had that woman's back. But I do believe that when they walk by, I don't know why Bravo had them in the same hotel. I do know why. Come on with the mess. I do believe that that Melissa called her a loser. I do believe that Joe, got it on camera, called her a nasty bee. A dirty bee. I do believe that he probably called her some other things. I do believe that they started that. I do believe that Jennifer was absolutely defending herself. And it's unfortunate, right? I don't think it ever has to get that serious, but this is why I always said, and it's no shade to Joe and Melissa, honestly, it's a reality TV show. It's not that serious. But I felt like when Teresa's family came on the show just took a dark turn. That's why I jumped out of watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And that was my show, because I really got into it when I moved to LA, because they made me, like, for some reason, I just miss that, right? Because they reminded me a lot of, Philly. So I watched that show out of nostalgia, but I jumped out of that show when Joe and Melissa, then the Wakilis joined, and it just got so dark. Then we had the big cousin, Rosie Wakili, who was trying to beat up Teresa at the reunion. It just went a little too dark for me with the family, and it just doesn't seem fun anymore. And so I would much rather, get rid of Joe and Melissa and bring in a fun couple, because it's just not fun, because all they do is cry and complain about how Teresa don't want to rock with them. Then they do stuff on the show, and I would be like, I wouldn't want to rock with you either. Like, I don't get it. I feel like for me, they are very dark. Those two are just dark and just too thirsty to like want to stay on the show, that you will continue tearing your family apart for what? I would rather they remove them and bring in two people where they can all work together as co-workers and give us a show. They're not giving us a show because everybody is really fighting. That's the thing. Reality TV shows do not work when y'all really beefing. When it's a fake beef, it looks good. The prime example of that is the Real Housewives of Potomac, Giselle and Karen. That's why I love them so much, because I love their fake beefs, because they shade each other, they tear each other apart. Then the next episode, they move on like nothing happened. Or they'll start here and we'll get a storyline of them two fighting at the reunion and make up. And we're back. We can round it back again to another season and we can start from scratch. These people can't start from scratch. They fight on the show. They fight off the show. We're exhausted. They fight at Bravocon. They get banned from stuff, banned from panels because they can't sit next to each other. Where is the common sense for the coin? Nobody gives a damn about this check that much, apparently, if y'all keep on fighting and turning off the viewers. I need them to figure it out off the freaking show. So that would be my recasting. What do you guys have to say? She got 2 kids, D said. I just have to come to the conclusion that Joe and Melissa have a right to be on the show too. I used to stand Teresa, but I don't know. I'm seeing her different. Her and Joe are 2 of the same. Absolutely. They're brother and sister. They come from the same. I'm no shade. I don't want to talk about your family, but it seems like I got a little violent bloodline because y'all fight each other like y'all not family. Then y'all fight everybody else like y'all not family. Y'all both need to work on some anger management. Although I think Teresa is. But yes, Joe and Melissa absolutely have the right to be on the show. If Teresa is not their storyline, I'm sick of her being their storyline. Every season, the first scene that we get with Joe and Melissa, Teresa hasn't talked to us for months. The kids, the family. What the hell have y'all been doing for 6 months? There is nothing else going on. I can't take it. I'm done. At least when Teresa comes back, Teresa is talking all kinds of wackadoodle, like she's not beefing with the whole cast. Teresa's like, yeah, me and Louie, we got on a boat in a yacht. We had a good time. G is grown. I'm like, all these people hate you. But she act like nothing happened. She goes to hang out with them like the whole cast don't like her. Hey, how you doing? It's been so long. And they're like, but I love the fact that she's freaking oblivious, or she acts like nothing is wrong so we can start from scratch. They hold on to everything. Listen, keep it, hold it outside of the damn show. Next season, they better have something going on that does not revolve around Teresa. Or I'm going to stand my ground and say I don't want them on the show. Period. De La said, if Jennifer Husbands did that to Melissa like Joe did to Jennifer, he would be all up in arms. But would tell Jennifer's husband that he shouldn't do that. I think the problem is Jennifer's husband, the moment his wife got to the hotel room, shaking and crying, he should have been running down those hotel room steps with a bat, a lamp, a U-Haul lock, ready to throw some bows. My issue with him is that he just does not stick up for his wife. You let every man on the show cuss her out and you don't say nothing. Absolutely not. If my husband not letting the chopper sing when a man disrespects me, he not the one. He not the one. Yasmin said also, it's being rumored that this season Tree is done protecting Joe. We're supposedly going to find out the truth of how Joe made his parents lose their, oh God, no, I don't want it. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I can't. I'm sick of them. I'm sick. I'm sorry, Teresa. I know. Unfortunately, if to get Joe and Melissa off the show, we got to get rid of you. Let's go. But then what is the show going to do? This show has absolutely revolved around this woman since season 2. What are we going to do? I don't know. Yes. Miss T said the best housewives move on from beef quickly and start new drama. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Lovey said, I agree with you. Keep Tree, keep T, and get rid of the Gorgas because it's not fun anymore. And they ruin it. It's just not fun. Danielle said, I think Melissa and Joe are worried that they're off the show and are amping it up to stay attractive to Bravo. That could be very true. But I think in that moment, they didn't, like the way the cameras were, it didn't look like anybody was filming. So I think all that happened was real. Everything else at Bravocon, in my opinion, was PR stunts and storylines for the upcoming seasons. This was the only real thing that I think happened at Bravocon. JG said, the thing is, Joe and Melissa wouldn't be on the show without Teresa. It's not like they got the spot on the show off their own story. Absolutely. Everybody on that show was cast because they have some kind of connection to Teresa. And maybe that's where Bravo messed up. Joy said, also, Andy and the team at Bravo is very disappointed about that lobby altercation. Well, I think it's because they weren't able to get in front of it or orchestrate that. Danielle said, Joe and Melissa are mad because when Jennifer said they were grasping at straws at Bravocon, the crowd applauded. They know they're desperate. Yeah. Period. I'm telling you, the only thing I have to say, I should have to say to my husband is, oh my goodness, baby. And he out the door. He out the door. Let me be the one running behind him. Oh my goodness, rock mine, don't beat him up. Ciao. She got 2 kids, Z says, so no one believes Jennifer had no reason to keep putting herself in Tree's business. Jennifer puts herself in stuff. Oh, sweetie, if you got my comments from the beginning, I said, I don't know why Jennifer has Teresa's back. I don't understand. Teresa has been no ally to her. I don't get it. Maybe Teresa is fighting for her when it's time for contracts. I don't know. Maybe Jennifer knows something that we don't know. But Teresa's never had her back, and I don't know why she has Jennifer's loyalty. And it's only women, JL. He only goes after women. Tells you everything that you need to know about him. Danielle said, Nikki, apparently Gabrielle Judice, who reveals the tea on Joe and Melissa next season, she says she's done being quiet. Don't see those kids, those adult women, they're gonna be the ones. They gonna be the ones. She got 2 kids. He also said they can definitely get rid of the Gorgas, but the show can't be everyone who never calls Tree out. And what the girls do on Jersey. Absolutely. What they need to do is cast somebody who will hold Teresa's feet to the fire, but can also move on from a beef. The Gorgas, Jackie, they got to go. I think that Margaret is good. Why? Because Margaret will go toe-to-toe with Teresa and then see her at an event the next day. Hey, Teresa, let's hug it out. That's great. That's what they need on the show. Jackie, who comes for everybody, the minute you come for Jackie, she has a breakdown. Girl, bye. You're not built for this. Jackie and the Gorgas gotta go, in my opinion. In my opinion. Blue Jay said, if I was on Housewives, I would rather be lying and beefing than my apps. I'm telling y'all right now, if I ever get put on one of them shows, I am lying out the wazoo. And I want you to be in every reviewer's comment section who's trying to debunk everything that I'm saying on that show, fighting for your life. I want you to be like, oh my God, that's absolutely true. Do you know Nikki? I was on her YouTube channel. I've been a Star Family subscriber from like 2015. It's absolutely true. I am lying. Everything on that show will be fake, but I'm an actress and I will make you believe it. Let me tell you something. The tears... Baby, I will give it to you. I will give you a season. None of it will be real, but the checks will clear and the performance will be believed. Fake it. Just let it be believable. Just let it be believable. Let's move on to... Oh, this was... Did I get that? I want to get 2 more things and then we're going to move into Chris and Monique. Garcelle speaks on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, so for me, it's just been a tough season because my family was targeted.
Was there ever a point where you're like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, I think I would have satisfied some people, so I can't do that.
I love it. I think that Garcelle is listening, and I think that she showed a stellar performance this season. And at Bravocon, in my opinion, I think that she was doing great with the shade. When Andy would ask her questions about Diana, she would say, I'm not talking about her. And then there was one moment where Andy asked her, basically it was like a fun question. Is something responsible? Is she responsible for any of the beefs that she's been in this season? And if so, who is the other party in that beef that Sutton is responsible for? And Garcelle goes, she's doing good. I think she just needed that season to learn, and she has just bloomed and evolved. And I wanted to show you guys that because I love the fact that she said that she acknowledges that there are people who want her off the show. And she simply said, I can't give them that because that's what they want. They want me off the show. And I feel like now she knows what it is. And I don't worry about her anymore. I was worried about her in the first season. I think she came back as a freshman and acted like she was a whole damn senior, not a senior, alumni. And I love her for it. I love her for it. I think she outsold on her show, and I think she outsold at Bravocon. Stellar housewife. A stellar housewife. And the last thing I want to talk about is this wonderful moment with Kenya and the fan. sweet. I thought that was so sweet. And I was really proud of Kenya, right? Because listen, and the only reason why I'm talking about her is because I did a complete 180 with that woman. But I was very proud of her because not only did she really hold her own at Bravocon, even with this in this section with the what's the beef or whatever with Vicky, it was all fun and light shade. She had a really good time. She was extremely entertaining at the Legends Ball, entertaining when she was doing her one-on-ones with Andy. She had a really huge line of fans, and she was so pleasant to everybody. And that one fan moment was so real and so refreshing. And I wanted to talk about that because at the end of the day, right, after all the shade and the reads and the retweets and all of that and the reunions come and go, this is a really important aspect of these kind of shows, right? Because you touch people in some way. And for whatever way, whatever that man was going through at the time that he was watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya was somebody that spoke to him and made him happy. And I'm glad that he got that moment to tell her that. And I'm glad that she was able to hear that moment because you don't know. You never know where people are, right? And he doesn't know how those words blessed her. And she don't know how her presence blessed him. And they were able to let each other know how they both felt. And, child. In that moment, I just thought it was really sweet. Out of all the mess, right? Out of all the shading, out of all of the drink throwing, at the end of the day, that's what's really important. How these women touch the fan base. And again, props to Andy because he gave these women a platform. And if it was not for somebody like him to do something like this, a lot of these women would not be able to do what they do, have the money that they're able to have, and have the reach that they are able to have in this moment would not have happened. Say what you want about the dude, but there's a lot of good coming out of these shows. What do you guys think? And then we'll get into Chris and Monique. She really did. This season, I was just like, all right, I'm on board. And y'all know, like her and Nene, I've always talked about how they're great housewives, how they're stellar housewives, how the shows would suffer without them. But I met the both of them in person. Chat, what I say? Satan is sweeter. But I can be honest about what they are putting on screen and how they are touching the fans. So yeah, I did a complete 180 on her concerning this show. I don't know about real life, but on the show, I love her. Jade said, Kenya also brought up Nene on the big stage. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Everybody was saying they wanted Nene back. And I'm telling you, I know she sued them. I know she closed that door for now. Nene is coming back to Bravo. Nene is absolutely coming back to Bravo. I don't know where, I don't know how, but I know that Nene's coming back now. Baby, you see, she'll be a part of Bravo. I'm telling you, it's happening. It's happening. When Kenya is saying, I want to work with Nene again, here is why. Kenya and Kandi know what this show needs and how it works. Those two go produce the hell out of Atlanta. They know what works. And they know that woman is needed back. In a different headspace? Absolutely. Hey, Amira. Amira said, what do you think about RINNA getting booed and Kathy being praised? I thought I uploaded that. Do I have that? Hold on, I felt like I uploaded that. Is that it? Hold on. I thought I uploaded that. It's a new day. I uploaded that. Oh, I didn't. I'm uploading it right now. Hold on. Give me a second. It's loading. Hold on. Welcome to live TV. Welcome to live TV. Okay, where do we have it? Is this it? I think this is it. Hold on. Oh, that's the Legends book. Dip was trash, but she had a good time. She had a good time, and Andy loved every moment. That wasn't what I wanted to show you, but I loved they were having a good time at the Legends Ball. I think this is it. Didn't hear boos. Everybody was, now maybe the audio was off, but I didn't hear boos. I just heard a lot of people reacting to the villain of the season. And if anything, in my opinion, that video made me believe that maybe she can't be put on pause, because a lot of people were reacting to her presence. And I'm telling you guys, good or bad, the networks love it. I will be honest with you, they go up more for a villain, because a villain produces more of a reaction from an audience. So I don't know. That right there, I was for sure that woman was being put on pause. And then I saw that video and I was like, oh, maybe not. I will say she did post on her Insta stories when she was walking out of Bravocon, and she was like, oh, so glad it's over. That's done. I'm done. And then she went down the street to hawk her lip gloss. But I think she was just being cheeky. I would be surprised if she comes back, because listen, she got a huge reaction. She got a huge reaction. Speaking of reactions, let's talk about how Kathy feels about her. Let's talk about Miss Kathy. Hold on a second.
How are you and Kyle right now?
We've been texting. And so, you know, that's nice.
I mean, you guys are family, so
we're family,
it's gonna be like water
exactly.
under the bridge for you guys?
Absolutely.
And with Lisa getting involved, how upset were you about that? And,
you know what? I never, ever, ever should have apologized. Apologize for what? She was saying, I got it, I get you. You're preaching to the choir. You know how she is. And agreeing with me, and I did say some, things I shared, but I certainly didn't say what she said I said. So.
And you didn't realize that.
And I will not let that go.
You didn't realize the ramifications that would happen between the relationship with you and your sister.
No.
Now, you called her Hollywood's biggest bully. Do you regret saying that? She just got booed on stage.
Well, that's unfortunate. No, I don't. I mean, she is a bully. She's bullied everybody, and I think that is just the worst.
To get booed on stage, public humiliation.
That I don't like to see happen to anyone.
Baby, why are you asking her about if she was? Y'all don't know how to do interviews. We need Wendy back. I'm telling you, I want her to get well, but the fact that all of this is happening and Wendy Williams is not here to talk about it. Like, why the hell would you have Kathy Hilton and continue to say to her, oh, you don't feel bad that Lisa Rinna got booed? Girl, ask the right questions. Anyway, I will say this, Andy, there should have been a lot more Black press at Bravocon. That's what I will say. But like I said, I'm reading a lot of your comments and you're saying that the boos were louder on other videos. All I'm saying is she got a huge reaction. And that made me think that maybe she will not be put on pause, because she's getting a huge reaction out of the audience. Now, if she walked out and there was no reaction, then I would be like, oh, yeah, she's gone. If she walked out and there was dead silence, absolutely, she's put on pause. Absolutely. But the way the audience went up, whether it was positive or negative, y'all sealed that woman another season. Another season. I hope she needs the money. No shade, Nicolette. Where are you? You are the only one who could put that woman in her place. Where are you? Wendy said, I looked away and thought I heard a gremlin when she did that. Yeah, because her sister didn't have her back. And I think that, Kyle is probably realizing that, the Coles Cash Karens are dangerous for her image with her family. And I think she's pulling back, which is smart, but I don't know if it's a little too late. I don't know if it's a little too late. That Lisa impersonation, I was like, Kathy, who the hell is that? Tia B said it was cheers and jeers. They showed someone asking Andy when he'll fire Rinna. He laughed it off. Yeah, that reaction, I'm like, oh, she's coming back. She's coming back, even if it's a friend of. JG said, unfortunately, Lisa will be back, and I truly believe at a low rate. Yep. Yep. And I think they'll say that it's because it's a penalty for her social media. And I think in her contract, they're going to negotiate her social media. That's what I think. Blue Jay said, do you think that Rinna is a good villain? And in what way? She seems kind of draining and not the fun type, where you can love her, deeply disagree with her, and agree with her. I think she's a stellar villain. You would think that I just learned the word stellar. I don't know why I just keep on saying it, but I think she's a phenomenal villain. Here is where she loses me on social media. Because this is work, right? Show up to work, do your job, and go home. What you need to be doing on social media is plugging the products that you are trying to sell to the audience, fighting with fans, calling, not only was she fighting with fans, but she was also this season, in my opinion, doing some stuff that hit me and my ancestors, right? Telling the people who didn't like how she treated Garcelle to go watch essentially the all black cast shows, right? I just didn't like what she was doing. And I feel like she was showing her hand in a lot of ways. And that's where she lost me as a villain. But if she can keep it together on social media, if she can have a storyline that is not involving destroying somebody on the show, if she could be just messy Lisa Rinna like she was, where she was carrying Bones back, I think I would absolutely enjoy watching her on the show. But I think she's in such a dark place. I don't know what is going on in her home, because every other month her kids are talking about how she's a terrible mom. Then you'll see on her Instagram they're all posting family sticks together. So something is going on, because she's just in such a dark place. And I think she needs a pause. But I think, she's just a huge draw, whether you love her or hate her. Whether you love her or hate her. Let's get into Monique and Chris. So after, People Magazine ran the article that they are splitting up, Monique, posted that Instagram story where she was just like, we're still together. And she also said that she was going to do a live. Here is a clip from her live debunking the divorce rumors.
Devastated. Without further explanation, everyone knows when you say the word separation, that insinuates the road to divorce, right? Are Chris and I getting a divorce? No, we're not getting a divorce. Are Chris and I going our separate ways, as People Magazine love to state? Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels are going their separate ways. Absolutely.
Oh my God. I'm over here looking at Rihanna's Instagram. I thought this clip was longer. Forgive me. I had like a 2-minute clip. I don't know why StreamYard only played that. Thank God I was not doing anything inappropriate. Anyway, she debunked the rumors that her and Chris are divorcing. They also talked a lot about how, he was dicking her down in the closet. I did feel like watching this, Monique. The 3 things that I took away from this was, 1, I felt like you were doing too much, right? I felt like you were protesting too much, that you guys were in a much better place than you were before. That gave me pause, because it was just too much, right? I felt like if you would have took out some of the stuff and not kept on telling us how good the sex was now, and that he's dicking you down in closets and it's good. It just felt like too much was happening. And then that leads me to be like, wait, was People Magazine wrong? Or are you trying to get ahead of something because you're currently filming the 2nd season of Love and Marriage DC? And the reason why I say that's the second thing that gave me pause in the interview, is because while you're debunking these divorce rumors, you're also plugging the show and telling us that we'll see your journey, the highs and lows of everything that you two endured on the show. I don't know, Monique. It was just weird. You kept on saying, we wanted to show that in front of the cameras. We're filming that, and we couldn't let that play out in the show. We wanted you guys to watch the show to see that. And I'm like, why would you want us to wait to see your marriage go through these trials and tribulations? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why, when you're debunking these rumors, do you consistently plug the show? It just didn't feel right, because this is not the behavior, in my opinion. The reaction, in my opinion, just is not normal. I hate to say it, but it just feels like a whole PR stunt. It feels like a whole PR stunt. 4 things. I want to say 4 things, because I said 3. But I have one more. The third thing that gave me pause was the fact that you're not mad at Ashley. She kept on saying in the interview, oh, Ashley didn't do anything wrong. What I told her, I could understand how that led her to think that. But we're really good friends. There's no problem there. There's no beef. Y'all stop coming for her. I'm not mad at Ashley. She didn't do anything wrong. That gave me pause, because if you sit down with your friend, right? You're not on the show. You're not on her show. You guys are really good friends off the show, and you're just hanging out, and you're catching up with your friend, and you're discussing a very private matter that's happening with you concerning your marriage. She then takes this information, take it to Bravocon on a panel, and talks about your marriage falling apart, or saying that you're in a really tough place and you and Chris are taking a break, after Giselle says that you got kicked off the Woman King red carpet. So Ashley just brings it home, right? How are you not upset? How are you not mad at her? Even if you would have said, well, I was very upset with Ashley, but we talked and we hashed it out, that would have made sense to me. But the fact that you're not mad at her at all. So did you want her to tell us? Like, what the hell is happening? It's weird. It's just not a normal reaction. That is the thing. Your reactions are not normal, because while you're debunking divorce rumors, you're plugging your show, you're plugging your incense and all headache healing ointments and things like that. But the divorce stuff is not the basis of this live. It just seemed like, in my opinion, like a huge advertisement for the things that she was doing. And it's just giving PR stunt. The 4th thing that gave me pause, it didn't really give me pause. It alarmed me for you, right? Because you spent a lot of time dragging the credibility of People magazine. And I'm here to tell you right now, if I were you, I wouldn't walk down that road. And I don't know if you since talked to your publicist, but if I were you, I will let what you said in this video, let that be the last thing that you said about People magazine. Because if this goes any farther and People magazine has to pull the receipts of the conversation that they had with your publicist, the only one who's going to be looking dumb in the situation is you. Because I was even shocked. I was like, why would People magazine post that if it's not true? But then I had to think about who the hell I was talking about. People magazine, right? People magazine is one of the biggest entertainment news magazines in the world, right? Us magazine can't catch them. And People magazine has been doing this for longer. Not only are they one of the biggest entertainment news magazines, they online and in paper, they also have exclusive contracts with networks, studios, political figures. People magazine has exclusive interviews with ABC alone, right? I'm not even talking about political figures, right? I'm not even getting into Barack and Michelle Obama, right? I'm not even getting into what's the other president? What's our current president? I know his wife's name. Jill Biden's husband. Jill Biden and her husband. Ciao. I feel like I'm gonna figure out his name once he clears up my student loans. Get to it, Joe. Anyway, People magazine has exclusive interviews with ABC. ABC is owned by Disney. Disney is one of the biggest and most powerful conglomerates in the world. Disney alone makes $82 billion a year. They give exclusive interviews to People freaking Magazine. Baby, whatever your publicist said led them to that conclusion. So if I were you, I'm telling you, I was watching that and I was like, I guarantee you, her publicist called her and said, zip it. Guarantee you, right? Because that is the publicist's job. Now, publicists will not tell you everything that they do, but a publicist has to make sure everybody is talking about you. And a lot of times they do not tell the talent what they're doing until the results of what they did works out in the talent's favor. So if you are saying that you never spoke to People Magazine, but your publicist did, I'm telling you right now, if I were you, I would shut up about People Magazine, because there's no way that they could post something like that at the status where they're at with the legal team that they have and it not be an accurate statement. I'm telling you that right now, because I was so confused. I was like, why would People Magazine? It's People. They don't do gossip. Like, they get exclusive bites from the actual people that they're talking about. And mama, you are not that big that they would reach out to you personally. Because she said, oh, I turned down all of these interviews from People Magazine, and anybody can interview me. But People Magazine, absolutely not. I will never do an interview with them. And I was watching that and I was like, oh my God, you're going to eat those words. You're going to eat those words, because a good publicist will make sure that People Magazine is talking about you. And I guarantee you, if this goes outside of your YouTube live and it gets messy for People Magazine, I promise you, your publicist will drop you. You won't even get the opportunity to drop your publicist. Your publicist will drop you because People Magazine will cancel their contract with that publicity agency because you have created an issue for them concerning their credibility. If I were you, I would zip it. Those are the things that gave me pause about that live. What do you guys think? Let's talk. Let's talk. So we're on the same page. Because I actually wanted to watch it, because I'm telling you, after our live, I was just like, this doesn't make sense. People Magazine is lying on Monique. Monique from the Real Housewives of Potomac. People Magazine just decided to wake up and lie about her life. It was just very confusing to me. So I was like, I have to watch this. I got off that live that I did yesterday and I was like, I have to watch this to see what the hell is going on. And I watched this and I was like, none of that felt authentic. No shade, Monique. It felt like something was up. It just, my spirit couldn't get with it. My spirit couldn't get with it. Onyx said, this story seems very convenient coming out this past weekend at Bravocon. Yes, I agree. Yasmin says, she said they aren't separating, just living separately. But, and also she kept on saying, it will all play out on season 2 of Love and Marriage DC. That's where you lost me. That's where you lost me. This is the 4th time that they have been near divorce, almost separated since we have known them. Like, ma'am, shut up. Oh, yes, me. JG said the same lady that was so mad at the Real Housewives of Potomac cast for trying to tear apart her marriage, even though she and Big Boy were the ones that brought up the rumors first, isn't mad at Ashley. Like, come on. That's where she lost me. I'm like, you're not mad at Ashley? So did you feed her that information so that she could say that at Bravocon? I don't know. Jazzy said, but got mad at Candace for no reason. But Ashley says she's drunk. Not only was she drunk, she was drunk driving and crashed her car and getting a divorce. It don't make no sense. It doesn't. What's up, Just? Just says, what makes me think this isn't a stunt is that Monique didn't know that they were going to ask about her at Bravocon. I could see if Ashley proactively brought up Monique without Bravo asking the question. Well, Giselle had brought her up, right? And that's the thing. Ashley probably didn't know that she was being fed information to regurgitate. That's how you smartly get something out there. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Oh, yep. You guys told me that last live. Yasmin said Dave Quinn is an author of that article. He is literally one of Carlos King's closest friends. He had the entire Bravo exclusive and release to write and release the only authorized housewife book. Child. I don't understand. I just didn't get it. Simone was like, people got the royal freaking family. Come on. They don't be lying. They had an exclusive with Barack and Michelle Obama, but you of all people, you're the one that they wanted to lie on. Child. Carmen said, wow, Nikki, great breakdown. Thank you. I was glued to my TV. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Miss Brown Sugar said her little statement was so easily debunked. You know, people contacted them for comment. So I don't think that it was a surprise. And actually, her friend doubled back and said that that's what she told me. What I think happened was people didn't even bother to reach out to her. They reached out to her publicist, and her publicist gave them a statement. That's why I'm just like, if I was you, I would back out of this, because that PR agency will turn on her to keep their relationship with People Magazine. I'm sorry, Monique, your publicist is not risking their job for you. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. Let's move on, because I gotta get out of here. But I just love talking to you guys. Let's move on. We're going to briefly talk about the new cast of The Real Housewives of New York. The reason why I said briefly is because I'm collecting information, because I'm doing a deep dive on these ladies, and I've already found some stuff where I'm just like, I don't know. I do not know how this cast is going to do, but let's talk about it. So at Bravocon, Andy introduced to us the new cast of The Real Housewives of New York. So my first impression, and I'm just being honest, my first impression is it's a no for me. Here is why. You guys know that I am still mad at Bravo for cutting The Real Housewives of New York and putting them on pause or whatever, and dismantling the cast and throwing them on to a legacy show that we still have yet to see a trailer for, right? So I already had beef with that. I didn't want anybody new. I just wanted Ramona gone. Here's why I wanted Ramona gone, because she was creating too much conflict outside of the show. And after Ebony reported her for racism on the show, I just felt like she just made it such a negative place that Rhony never was. Rhony was always fun, right? Speaking of Rhony, I was watching this one interview, and this girl kept on saying Rhony. I was like, where are you getting the other O from? Rhony. Like, all right, girl. Anyway, I just felt like Ramona was just so negative. Yes, she was great on the show, but she was just taking the show to such a negative place. And I told you, I did not think that she was going to come back to the show after the Black Shabbat dinner, where she was, not only was she going after the Black community, she ended with the Jewish people at my school. They boycotted me. I was like, girl, absolutely not. As soon as she said that the Jewish people at her school boycotted her, I was like, she's done, right? I didn't think that the whole damn show was done. So I was not looking forward to a new cast. So I will be honest, I already walked into this not liking the new cast. Not saying I don't like the ladies individually. I'm saying I didn't want this. I didn't want this. So I was already like, okay, what you got? So I started to do a bit of research, right? And I found that the first cast member of the new season of The Real Housewives of New York is Miss Jenna Lyons. She was the only one that I knew. Jenna was the only one that I knew. Why? Because Jenna has been the face of Drake crew for almost a decade. Like, that's how I knew her. All those faux fur jackets that was taking over the internet, the gram, Fashion Week, from like 2000, like 2016 through 18, all of those faux fur jackets is because of Jenna. Like, Jenna was the one who was able to youthen up, younger up J. Crew, and she was really put on the map because she then started to dress Michelle Obama. Like, she was one of the designers who was actually, you know, clothing the first lady. And they went after somebody like her because they wanted to keep her youthful, especially while Barack was, what do they call it? On the trail for votes or whatever. So she was the only one that I recognized. And I was like, okay, I'm here for Jenna. She's absolutely New York City. She's absolutely New York City fashion. My only thing is, Jenna had a show. She had a reality TV show before. Jenna doesn't really light up a room, not with the personality. And I'm a little concerned about that because I just don't see Jenna really shading or reading the way these housewives are supposed to. Does she have the qualifications? Absolutely. Does she have the TV entertainment qualifications? The jury's still out. The jury's still out. The next one was somebody I also recognize. This is Uba Hassan. She is a model. Still currently a model, and she just launched a hot sauce. If you don't bring back Sonia Morgan Chase, like, I went to her Instagram and I was like, hot sauce. The next up is Scout the City. I actually know her from YouTube. She is a lifestyle and a fashion blogger. She actually has a YouTube channel. Homegirl could dress, right? Homegirl could absolutely dress. Personality. This is what I'm saying. I just don't know if she has a TV personality. I've watched her YouTube channel. Beautiful children. She has a husband that she hides. How the hell are you hiding your husband on the Real Housewives of New York? Like, one of the videos I remember from watching her is she had a video where her husband came into the room and she put an emoji over his face. That's not going to work on the Real Housewives of New York. And when she did that, I was just like, is this somebody else's husband, or do you not want us to see him because he's so famous? And I Googled the husband and I was like, who the hell is this? Take that emoji off of him. We don't know who he is. I will say she's a good draw for me because Sai De Silva, Miss Scout the City, is Afro-Latina. They watching me. They watching me. They don't want to pay me, but I know them heifers watching me. Because remember, I said, how are you the Real Housewives of New York and there ain't an Afro-Latina on your show? Get out of here. Andy, Lanithia Cohen, pay me and stop playing with me. Pay me and stop playing with me. You pay all them whites who do the same thing I do and not better. Pay me and stop playing with me. So she got me with that. I said an Afro-Latina. She got me. But I watch her show. I watch her YouTube channel. And it's giving fashion TV personality. I'm not sure. Let's move on. They watching me. We finally got a Jewish American princess on the show. Lizzie. They watching me. What did I tell you? I said, how are you the Real Housewives of New York and there ain't no wealthy Jewish chick on the show? Let me tell you something. The numbers don't show it right now, but baby, I know what the hell I'm talking about. I went to Lizzie's Instagram. She is New York. I love it. I don't know about personality. And I'm not saying for everyday life, I'm saying for TV. TV is a different beast. But I like what I'm seeing so far. She has the money, right? She has the connections. It is very obvious that her and Andy are family friends. It is very obvious that was the thing that got her into the door. Very, very obvious. Next up, we have Bryn Whitfield. I don't know nothing about this woman. I don't know nothing about Bryn. I know she does some yoga. She has a marketing brand. I'm still doing a deep dive, right? But I will say, when I was deep diving on her Instagram, I saw some pictures, and I was like, "Is this a sister?" I was looking at some pictures. It's giving Meghan Markle. So I don't know if she is just, you know, a white woman with some curls. But I saw some pictures, and I'm like, I'm still diving. And then next up we have Erin. She's also you know, she got money. She does something with real estate. I was on the Instagram. So I'm still doing a deep dive, still getting some research. I will say what I found on this lady. I don't know, girl, because I didn't even have to dig deep. So I don't know if we'll see her on this season. But what I will say concerning the entire Bravocon cast, not Bravocon, concerning the new cast of The Real Housewives of New York, I think they absolutely fit the qualifications for a housewife in New York City, right? All of these ladies are New York City based. Oh, I forgot about this one. Jessie. I think she is sweet. I am absolutely concerned about Jessie. Jessie has no professional pictures on her Instagram. This is the only photo that everybody in the press has been using about Jessie. Jessie is supposed to be working in some kind of branding and fashion, and I don't see it. I just don't see, like, the Instagram is not showing it, but who knows? We may see something different on the show. I will say she's an Indian woman who was raised in Great Britain. So that's great, right? I think they're doing really great with diversity. I think these women absolutely are New York City. I'm just concerned about the personalities, because this is what happens with a lot of these networks, right? A lot of these networks are ran by businessmen who do not know arts and entertainment. They just know how to make money, which is why, as you can see, a lot of these mergers are creating so much chaos in Hollywood. And a lot of these studios are going back on what they originally did because it is not working out, because they're making business moves without knowing the arts and entertainment behind it. And I think Bravo was just like, we gotta youthen it up. We gotta, do a fresh start. That's what Andy kept on saying. It's a fresh start. It's a more younger and diverse cast of women. And that's all you guys picked. Did you pick personality? I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it on their Instagrams. And I think a lot of networks think that just because a lot of people watch these ladies do a 30-second video and a lot of people click on it and play, that you think that these ladies can hold the show for an hour. And I feel like you're going to find out that's not the case. From what I've seen thus far, it's giving me the Real Girlfriends of Paris. I don't know if they're going to break numbers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they're going to get 1 million. My honest to God hope is that they can at least get 400,000 and sustain that. I'm not sure. From what I've seen so far, that's why I just wanted to give a brief discussion, because I feel like I need to know a bit more about these ladies before I can give my final opinion before I watch the show. But as of right now, from what I've seen, they can't even hold me for a 30-second video that they're doing on their Instagram. I don't know if they can hold me personally for an hour. I don't even see these ladies meshing. I don't even see them all being real friends. Jenna don't look like she's friends with any of these women. Jenna's not hanging out with them at all. None of these women are hanging out with Lizzie. It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. The only person I'm really excited about is her. Because from what I've seen so far from Bryn, I feel like this is the wackadoodle character. She gives me Sonia Morgan from what I've seen. But again, I don't know. I could be completely wrong. This cast could come out and just make us all not miss, you know, the older cast from the Real Housewives of New York. But I just, from what I've seen right now, it's a no. I'm still doing research. I may change my opinion, but I'm just not excited about any of them. I think they did great with diversity. I think they could have done a lot better, because you mean to tell me this show is the Real Housewives of New York, and we have not one hip hop pioneer on this show, or a hip hop pioneer's wife? Rap hip hop is one of the biggest cultural art forms in the freaking world. You don't have one person connected to hip hop in any kind of aspect on the Real Housewives of New York. Hip hop was birthed in New York City, and there's not one hip hop pioneer or hip hop pioneer wife on the Real Housewives of New York. What the hell are y'all doing over there? What the hell are y'all doing over there? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see any of these women defecating on themselves in a hallway while on the girls' trip. I don't see any of these women flashing their puss while drunkenly singing at their bestie's cabaret show. I don't see any of these women while having an argument with somebody lean back, open up their legs and scream, mention it all. I don't see any of these women walking across the Brooklyn Bridge and telling another woman that she ain't worth change for a quarter while still trying to be her friend. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I think Bravo had a great formula. I think they made a huge mistake by putting Rhony on pause. And I think Andy Lanithia Cohen owes me an apology. There was nothing wrong with the Real Housewives of New York. They had a COVID season. Why is Orange County able to have 5 COVID seasons and still remain on Bravo? But Rhony has 1 COVID season and you want to get rid of them. It's not fair. It's not fair. What do you guys think before I get out of here? Ridiculous. 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 You mean to tell me it's not an Asian chick in New York City who kills at Fashion Week that y'all couldn't have found? So Steph said they keep asking, speaking of Asian chicks, they keep asking Kimora, but she got too many husbands and legal problems. She should do it. Look at y'all. Why in the hell are we, the Star family, putting together a better cast than Bravo? Lord, we just need the visibility and money. I'm telling you, the Star family, we could do some damage. All we need is the visibility and money. I thought that was a terrible decision. When those rumors started circulating about Remy Ma, absolutely not. There's no way she was going. Like, I'm not saying that Remy Ma is not good enough for the Real Housewives of New York. I'm just saying this is a totally different environment, and it's not Remy Ma's environment. Hip hop freaking birthed in New York City, and nobody from any, like, just even closely connected to hip hop is on this show. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Cardi, in my opinion, is too big. Like, you need people who need the visibility or who want to get back out there again. She's too big. She's too big. Losing recipes, Jade. Like, these ladies are not friends. I do not believe for 1 second that they all hang out together. I don't even think they know each other. In my opinion, before they gave them the apples, they all met each other. They don't know each other. Absolutely not. I don't believe it. I've checked their Instagrams. None of them are on each other's Instagram. The only time I see a picture of all of them together is when Bravo, at Bravocon, when they said that this is the new cast. I'm like, okay, so they don't know each other. Great. Great. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? The Real Girlfriends of Paris are young, though, right? Like early, mid-20s. Yeah, I was talking about their numbers. Every episode, it's like y'all tuned in for one episode and tuned the hell out. and tune the hell out. I think their last viewer rating was like, I think their last viewership numbers was 100,000 people watched. Yikes. I got more views than that, and I'm on YouTube. The Nicholas Express said, when Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was announced, most of everyone knew Mary and Jen would be bringing it, but no one is cast seems entertaining. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I don't know. Jen Bunny 1984 said, I wish they had an African American on the cast. I will say I would love that too, but I'm just speaking about my experience in New York City. I lived in New York for close to 4 years. I've been visiting back and forth before that and still after, because I have family that lives out there. The only African Americans that I ever met was the ones that I knew who moved to New York from Philadelphia. Every Black person that I met in New York City was an immigrant or second generation. That's why the N-word is able to fly out of everybody's mouth, because there are no African Americans there to check the people to be like, that's not right. Like you would think you see a Black person in front of this non-Black person saying the N-word, and you would think, oh, why doesn't this Black woman tell them to stop? Because she's Cuban. She's not African American. She don't have no allegiance to this culture. She looks the part, but she's Cuban. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Now, if you say something, anti-Hispanic, she gonna pop off. But you can say whatever you want about the African American community, and she won't care because she's Cuban. Like, I get it, but that makes a lot of sense why an African American is not on that show. They're just not the majority. They're not the majority. I'm speaking of diversity within New York City. Miss Brown Sugar said, I'm going to give it a try and hope people stop bleeping all over these women in the show. We didn't know any of the original Rhony housewives either and came to love or hate them. Yes, but we also didn't have Instagrams. We also didn't have their YouTube channels. We also didn't have their Facebooks to go and see how they are on camera. And it's hella awkward. Let me tell you something. I'm not talking to y'all as a reviewer. I'm talking to you as a credited actress, right? Somebody who has worked in front of and behind the camera. I'm legit in the entertainment industry, right? I have my receipts, right? My resume is that. Now, I have a good time on here, but I know what I'm talking about. They do, like, TV is different. The best way that I can explain it, like, film and TV is the original beast within the entertainment industry. Everybody thinks that they can do it, right? And what has happened is because YouTube, social media has built a lot of stars, and I'm grateful for that, right? It has YouTube, this platform alone has allowed me to sustain some sort of visibility during the pandemic, during the beginning of the pandemic, and before that. I am absolutely thankful for this platform and not dogging it in any kind of way. This has given me life and opportunities that my acting could not even do for me, right? So I'm not dissing this. What I'm saying is executives see that this person has 200,000 views on a 30-second video where she's talking about all of her expensive Birkin bags. He doesn't realize that she's great for that platform that she created. She might not be great for this hour-long TV show. And also, is she delectable or enticing to advertisers? That's the biggest thing. Nabisco gotta want to pay money to have their commercial in the middle of your show. That's what I forget the name of it. Every show does it. Basically, it's y'all in the entertainment industry in here. Let me know. Give me the name of it, because I just totally blanked on it. But it's basically where you go, where shows go and networks go and studios go and present their talent in front of advertisers. Why? because you want the advertisers, the companies, you want Walmart, you want Target to like this cast because you want them to buy a commercial during the hour-long show that you are putting on. I don't even think Bravo did that with this cast. That's what's so weird to me. I just feel like they did something completely opposite of what has worked for them. And I don't think this will work for them. I think they really just went off on, oh, we just need diversity. I think they did great with diversity. But this is TV. This isn't YouTube. This isn't Instagram. This ain't TikTok. They need to be interesting for an hour every freaking week. Who's defecating on themselves in this cast? Who's having a lesbian affair one night on their girls' trip? Who's sleeping with somebody's husband while on a girls' trip and telling the other girls to be cool when they're mad about it? Who's getting drunk and falling in the bushes? Like, from what I've seen from their Instagram, from their TikToks, from their YouTube, I just don't see it. And I absolutely could be wrong. But I'm just like, what I've seen of them so far on the platforms that made them interesting, I don't see it transferring over to TV. TV is a different beast. Everybody thinks that they can do it. Everybody thinks that TV is so easy. It is not. Film and TV is not easy. But because you watch it and you enjoy it and you don't know what goes into it, you think that it's going to be a great time. These ladies don't even know each other. They have no relationship. They are stepping into the biggest shoes on Bravo's network right now. And they have to make us forget the Countess Luann. Money can't buy you class. Tinsley freaking Mortimer. Sonia Morgan. Chase, right? The lady who cries over a family crest that she's no longer a part of. And have her besties tell her to get over it. Ramona Singer, the nut job of New York City. Bethany Frankel, Jill Zarin, Kelly Ben-Simone. Who the hell is throwing their prosthetic leg across the hall and telling them that I don't have, the only thing fake about me is my leg? Who the hell is doing that? Is anybody taking out their extensions? Is anybody ripping off a wig and saying the only thing fake about me is this wig? Is anybody breaking off a glass and trying to cut somebody's jugular? I know that's from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I'm saying that's what's needed, which is why Bravo continues to hire actresses for their shows. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely, I will give them a shot, but we got to be real here. These ladies are going up against giants, and from what I've seen, I don't think they can do it. But I have been wrong. Not many times, but I have been wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll say it. I don't got a problem with being wrong. It's a reality TV show. I'm passionate because I'm talented. It's what I do. I'm an entertainer, but I'm just being real. I just don't see it. I just don't see it from right now. Right now, I'm telling you, all networks and studios do this, and this is why they're bleeding so much money. This is why Bravocon is surpassing them. This is why little networks like We Freaking TV is surpassing them, because they understand talent. They understand the current market. And I just don't see any of these ladies being able to hold us for an hour as an ensemble, especially when they're all freaking strangers. Miss Brown Sugar, go look at Jenna's video. Go look at her latest video and let me know if you will watch her for an hour. Let me know if you will watch her for an hour on Bravo. Let me know if Jenna freaking Lyons is gutter enough to be on a Real Housewives of New York. Let me know what you think. From what I've seen, I don't see it. Come on! You came after me in your Herman Munster boots. Those were, I think, did she say Louis Vuitton? You mean Louis Vuitton? No, it was Gucci. You mean my Gucci boots? Darling, even Gucci makes mistakes. Who the hell is coming up against that? Like, we got to be real. Andy was wrong for putting Rhony on pause. They did not deserve it. They did not deserve it. And I feel like this new cast is going to make him eat his words. I feel like everybody's going to watch this show and be like, where in the hell is Legacy? That's what I think. The same thing happened with Orange County. Look at Orange County. Got rid of the OGs, and that show is struggling. They basically fully rebooted the cast. Nobody cares about this new cast, so I don't know. I don't know. Exactly. Who the hell is going to be Dorinda? Who the hell is going to clip? Look, let's not be crazy here. Let's not be crazy. Like, it's Louis Vuitton. Darling, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. Like, I just think that he's going to apologize to that cast and bring them back because he needs to. He needs to. I'm telling you, Sonia and the Countess's show is going to do more numbers than this one. And listen, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. I don't have a problem. I am absolutely going to watch this show. I am absolutely going to review this show. I'm saying with the information that I have been presented with, I just don't see it. Aside from my bias for the original cast of The Real Housewives of New York, I just don't see it. I just do not see it. I'm going to get a couple more comments and I'm going to get out of here. Drewski said, the rumors were that they wanted to shut Ebony out, so they all got dropped. That is not a rumor. That was confirmed by Ebony. She said the reason why the show was demolished was because all of the ladies said that they would come back if Ebony wasn't on the show. So they just decided to dismantle the show. Wrong move on everybody's part. Wrong move on everybody's part, because them not wanting to talk about race on The Real Housewives of New York got everybody canceled. Not canceled, but got everybody's check cut. Wrong move. Wrong move. And I felt like that should have been a moment where, you know, Andy stepped in, instead of firing everybody, stepped in and said, is this something that y'all really want to do? Because these checks will go away because we're not going to get rid of this cast. Like that, I don't know. Who am I? I don't have a Bravo network, right? So I don't have a network. So who am I? I'm on YouTube talking about the shows. Who am I? What do I know? I know enough for them to steal my freaking ideas. To take my advice and not pay me. Reality said, I'm up here and you're down here. Yes. Jazzy said, I'm telling y'all, Lorianne Gibson, Brooke Shields, come on. Luann, Sonia, Dorian, I don't know who that is. And June Ambrose. I don't know who that is, but I liked everybody that you brought up so far. Tippy Simone says, side note, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City panel was cutthroat and they're pretty much done with Jen. Yeah, I read about that. Even Leah, Carmen. Even Leah. Will said, no excuse for not having a Black American when they can find white passing biracials. They did not try. They did not try hard. I'll give you that. I will give you that. Even Leah. And Ebony said she was shocked because Leah was acting like they were besties. But Leah just bought a new home, right? A new condo. She was going after the money. It's Latasha said, so we agreed that Leah and Ebony was the downfall of Rhony. I don't believe that. I think if anybody was the downfall of Rhony, it was Ramona. If we're going to pick a cast member, I think they just had a COVID season. That's what I think. And I think that they were directed poorly. That's what I think. I think production is responsible. And I think Ramona is responsible because they had to do an internal investigation on Ramona because Ebony reported her for racism. She said that she did something. She still won't talk about it, but she said that she did something and she had to report her for it to HR. And they shut down the show, did an internal investigation. And that's why they canceled the reunion, because at that time, there was an internal investigation on Ramona and her and Ebony's racism claims against Ramona. I think they absolutely could have came back without Ramona, but I just think this is a big mistake for Bravo. Bex said the hot mess of the show that would be Luann and Sonia is the reason why we will all watch it. An old school vibe of it. I'm telling you, they're going to do better numbers. Because they work together. When I saw that none of these ladies knew each other, I was like, here we go again. Anyway, let me get out of here. I want to end with Jade. Jade said, I still go back and watch Scary Island. The many times Dorinda cursing out Sonia, and especially when she brought up why Sonia got divorced. Iconic reality TV. Those ladies know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing. I would never attend it, but it would be a good time. I hope they will live stream it. If WeTV had their own Bravocon, first of all, I think it would be far too dangerous to attend, but I would stream it. I would stream it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I did not mean to stay on here for as long as I did, but we had a lot to go through. Let me get off of here. I'm going to put the timestamps in, and then tomorrow I will see you for my Love After Lockup deep dive, and then later I'll do a deep dive on the Real Housewives, the new cast of the Real Housewives of New York. I'm going to give them a shot. I'm absolutely going to watch the show. I'm absolutely going to review the show. This is my first initial opinion. I think these ladies represent New York. I just do not think that that TV is the platform for them. I think the platforms that they were on, they were successful at those, and I think those platforms work for them. I feel like coming up after the cast of legends on the Real Housewives of New York, I think they got big shoes to fill. My hope is that they can do it. From what I've seen so far, I'm not sure if they can, but who knows? I've been wrong before. But if I'm right, any apologies? I don't think so. Anyway, I love y'all. I love y'all. But I will say, when I'm right about stuff, nobody ever comes and says you were right. I'll take it. It's what I have to endure to do these reviews. I love y'all. Love y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna give him a shot. Anyway, let me get out of here. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.